Hey, what's up, family? Yo, I got kind of touching one with this one here. Very personal to a lot of y'all out there, including with me. And that's why I'm gonna title this one. It's gonna be dealing with drugs and alcohol. And I'm gonna title this one 6 words: How to get off drugs and alcohol. Actually, it's not as simple as a lot of us would think, especially if you never did drugs or alcohol. You really don't understand the hold and the grip, how it grabs a person that is using it. But one real simple way I would say how, and I'm gonna mention many, but one of all, that stands above all, how to get off drugs and alcohol, it takes discipline. Yes, it takes discipline, serious discipline. And as always, you know I love to give you a word of the day. We've heard that word many times before, discipline. But what is the actual definition of it? Real simple. Control. What do you mean control? Okay. It is, if you look up the actual word, it simply means the practice of training people to obey rules and codes of behavior. Sometimes you got to use punishment to sometimes you got to use some form of punishment to correct disobedience. So you understand what I'm saying when I say it's some form of control? When you say you got to have discipline to do this, you got to have discipline to do this, you got to have control. You can't get off your square. You got to say, this is what I'm going to do. I set my mind to do this, and this is what I'm going to do. I'm not going to let nothing get in my way to distract me. But inevitably, what I'm saying when I say how to get off drugs and alcohol. See, as I said earlier, if you never did it, you would tend to make the mistake of always judging someone that does do it. And you would judge them in such a distasteful way that you will actually make a separation. You'll build a wedge between y'all because you're not understanding them. At least you think they don't understand you, and they saying you don't understand them. You see what I'm saying? So it comes back to discipline. And when I say, if you never did it, it's hard for you to try to tell someone how to get off it when you never did it. You don't understand the grip that it grabs a person that's strung out on drugs. Watch this. I'm gonna give you a perfect example. Y'all remember the old movie New Jack City? Man, that scene that Chris Rock did, that's gotta be his Academy Award scene of any and every movie he did, because he hit it hard with that. Remember the scene? It went like this, if I can remember, because I used to know that movie backwards and forwards. It went like this. Remember, Ice Cube was chasing him. He was arguing with his lady or something. But when when Ice-T caught him, remember, he put that gun to his face, up under his chin or whatever. And that's when reality hit him. Reality hit this crackhead for the first time that your life might be getting taken right now today, at this very moment. And when reality hit him, it hit him hard, like a ton of bricks. And that's when he said something like this. He said, come on, man. Come on, man. Don't kill me, man. I know I was wrong for beating on that girl back then, man. But it's this crack shit, man. I try to kick it, man, but I can't, man. It's like it just be calling me, man. Be calling me, man. I just gotta go to it, man. I need help. Now you see, them last words that he said, I need help. Even he know he's going against his better judgment. And even Ice-T at that moment, he realized that was an Academy Award scene right there. Even Ice-T, he realizing to have a heart. I'm here for one reason, but he realized, damn, this guy actually said it, I need help. Let me get him the help he needs. Let me tell you something about that. Like I said, title of the video, how to get off drugs and alcohol. It takes discipline, control. Remember, let's read you that definition again. The practice of training people to obey rules and codes to correct the behavior. Sometimes you gotta use punishment to correct disobedience. You understand what I'm saying? It's a form of control. But when I say discipline, I've had the privilege to be at some facilities which, to me, in my personal opinion, were the best drug and alcohol rehab facilities. But it wasn't what you think. When I say, in my preference, thinking they were the best, they weren't the ones in the inner city. The ones where you just go around the corner and then go up on the second floor and these drug rehab, alcohol rehab. No. The ones that I've had the privilege to go to not go to, but you know, when I'm working a job and I have to be way far out and I see, was the ones that was deep, deep, far out in the country, where you see nothing but farmland for miles and cows. There is nothing. And now, when you take that person, he or she that's on drugs, and they in that facility, even when they decide to try to get up out of there, they'll find, yo, you got 20 miles that way, you got 20 miles that way, before you get to the first convenience store. And even if they did take their funky butt, because I've seen that too, a person that'll leave a facility and think they're gonna walk to something, like they got a gift at the end when they get to that long road. I'm like, look at this guy walk, ain't nothing but cows and land and land and land and land. And even when they get there, they realize when you get to that daggone Piggly Wiggly store or whatever it is, guess what's at the store? Ain't no drugs, ain't no alcohol. See, that's the reason why that facility went in that area, that even the closest thing, which is about 20 miles east or west, north or south, they realize, they make sure nothing is around there. So even when they do get to that store, they realize, know what's at the store? Some pork rinds, a jar of pickles, not what he was thinking, or she. So now when that person got to walk back, all the way back to the facility, that's when they have a real talk with themselves. And I always say that, there's nothing greater than checking yourself. See, now when that person is walking back, they start talking to themselves, saying, man, what the heck was I thinking? Man, I walked all the way down here. I feel like a damn fool. And I walked all out in this hot sun. Man, it took me forever to get here. It's going to take me forever. And all these cars riding by looking at me like I'm crazy. I guess I am crazy to think that I'm supposed to come here to get better, and I'm out here trying to sneak and do drugs. Who am I fooling? I need to go back to this facility and get my stuff together, because I look like a damn fool out here. See, that's a man, not no one lecturing him, yelling at him, trying to give him a rude awakening or something. He's checking, or her, checking themselves. There's no greater thing when you check yourself. That means you had a wake-up call. See, like I said, the Pookie thing, New Jack City, he was doing all his nonsense, but when old boy put that gun to his head, a reality check. That's when he begged, please, man, don't take my life, man. It's just crack shit, man. It just be calling me, man. I just gotta go to it, man. I need help. See? For someone to say they need help, and that crack epidemic time, it really did have a grip on people. Just like with alcohol. See, like I said earlier, if you've never done alcohol, drugs, you don't understand the grip that it has on that person. You just think, oh man, you're messing everything up for yourself. You're messing everything up for your family. You need to get yourself together. All you're doing is lecturing that person. You're going to make them not want to be around you. Then they're going to do other stuff. You know what I'm saying? So what you could do, try to be understanding to that person. Make them understand what discipline really means. Let me give you that definition again. The practice of training people to obey rules and codes of behavior. Sometimes you got to use punishment to correct disobedience. It is a simple way, the real simple way to put it. You got to teach that person, try to have them teach themselves, or you can help them to get some type of control over their life. When you have discipline in life, you will go on to do so much greater things in life, because when you look back, you say, man, it was a hard road that I did this, or I really got off them drugs. I really got off that alcohol. Man, it was draining me and draining my family. I lost all my family, lost my friends, lost my wife, lost my husband, lost everything because I was chasing the drugs and alcohol. But I disciplined myself, went and got help, and I'm doing better now. See, it takes real discipline to do it. Let me give you something right now. I'm gonna give you some type of discipline that me and my wife is doing. We feel like crackheads right now, because what we're doing, we're doing a form of discipline right now. We're only on our second day. Now, I don't mean to be offensive saying that, like I'm offending someone that have a more serious thing to deal with. What we're doing is not as serious, but serious to me. Now, we do no meat quite often. We've been doing it now probably close to 20 years. Every now and then we'll go a week or two. Sometimes we even go a month of eating absolutely no meat and, clean our bodies out, which is a great thing. I would advise most people to do. Another video of mine to touch on that is called Detoxing and Purging Your Bodies with me and my oldest daughter. Check it out. Detoxing and Purging Your Body. But anyway, let's get back to my point here. What me and my wife are doing right now that make me think about discipline, and that's what we have to do, and I'm struggling. I'm going to be honest with you, I'm struggling. Not just the not eating meat, That's easy. We've been doing that for 20 years. No, my daughter had challenged me years ago. She said, Daddy, why don't we go a couple of days no sugar? I was like, what? No sugar? What are you talking about? She said, yeah, Dad, I'm telling you, it's real good for your body. You just absolutely do no sugar. And I looked at her again. She started cracking up. She said, yeah, you can't do it, could you? Because you got to have your donuts, your chocolate chip cookies, your chips, your snacks. You got to have all this stuff all the time. Why don't you try to do? And I was like, I felt like my daughter cussed me out when she said that. Try to do no sugar. I was like, you crazy? What's wrong with you? Do no sugar. I got to have my sugar. But anyway, me and my wife is doing it right now. We're on our second day. We said we're going to do 3 days. And I ain't lying, I am struggling. Y'all know what I'm talking about when I say I'm struggling, where I keep going to the refrigerator. 5 minutes later, I'm back in the kitchen. Open the refrigerator. Like something magical gonna pop up in there. When I know, yeah, I see the cookies, I see the Snickers, I see the chips in the cabinet, got all kind of, see, I should have threw it all away, but I ain't crazy now. I'm eating when it's over. But I am struggling. Me and my wife keep saying to each other, because not only we not doing no sugar, when I say no sugar, we are literally only eating fruits and vegetables and water for 3 days. No bread, no meat, no juice, no soda, literally water, fruit, and vegetables. It. Literally. And know what it takes for us to do that? Discipline. Remember, let me read that for you again. Discipline, give that definition again. The practice of training people to obey rules and codes for particular behavior, for better behavior. You know, sometimes you got to use some type of punishment to control them to do the right thing for disobedience. So you get what I'm saying? The practice to train people to obey rules. That's what discipline is. You discipline yourself to say, I said I'm going to do this and I'm going to stick to it. So stick to it. Don't play with it. Don't all of a sudden, like, I've known drug addicts, rather, that say, I'm going to go get me some help. Or some alcoholics that say, I'm going to go get me some help. But the day that they go into that facility to get help, that's the last day that they say, I'm going to go get high this one last time. I'm going to get high this one last time, and then I'm going to walk in the building. Then you're not serious. You don't have discipline. And in order to get off the title of this video, to get off them drugs and alcohol, it takes discipline. Remember, how to get off drugs and alcohol. It takes discipline. And that's what really takes. Now, of course, you need a support system. You need a good facility. You need a representative, a sponsor, and all that stuff is great too. But ultimately, it starts with you, and that will be discipline. So good luck to a lot of y'all out there that's trying to get off them drugs and that alcohol, or whatever it is that's keeping you down. Much respect to y'all that's doing it, and y'all sticking to that controlling yourself and having real discipline to better yourself. Good luck to y'all. Peace.